Welcome to Tech Brother with Aman. In this video, we are going to learn about select transformation in map and data flow activity in Azure Data Factory. So, select transformation you use to rename the columns, drop or reorder columns. The transformation does not alter row data, but choose which columns are propagated downstream. That's very important. Because let's say you're getting 50 60 columns and you really need to use 5 or 6 columns. You don't want to be taking them all the way in different transformation and just waste your memory and CPU utilization for that data. So you just use the select transformation and after the input and use whatever the column you need. Also, we will learn about how to use a new branch feature in data flow activity as well. Because once you read the data from input, you can also create multiple branches and then you can use that in a different transformation according to your requirement. Let's go ahead and take a look on the scenario. What we have here, I have a blob storage. In the blob storage, I have an input container, and input container we have file called total sale. Now we got this file with the ID, SalePerson first name, SalePerson last name. Then we have product here, and then item sold and sold price and all. And then we have city, state, country, and region. Now think about this scenario. What we would like to do, we would like to divide this data into one table, and then product unique product names that we want in different table called product name. And then for the region, I would like to create a list of the regions available where this item is sold. So from here, I have a Azure SQL database where I created 3 tables. Now we have created a product table that will have ID, and I put that auto identity, so it will be 1 2 3 4, and then we'll get the product name from that same file. Second, what we have a SalePerson table that have SalePersonId, and that we are going to get from the file itself. SalePersonFName, SalePersonLName. So these 3 columns we'll get from file. And then we have created a dbo.Region table that will have region ID, and I created as a identity column, and then I'm going to use a city, state, country, state, and all that from the file. Let's go ahead and create these tables in the TechbrothersIT database right here. Now our tables are ready, and what we can do, we can take a look if we have data in these tables, and we don't have any data as we just created those tables. Now in the Azure Data Factory, I'm going to close this file and I'm going to go to Azure Data Factory here. I'm going to go to the data flows. In the data flow, I will click new data flow, and then we'll add source. Click on add source, and as you know that we need to create a data set that should be pointing to our total sale table. So here Azure blob storage, that's where our file exists, CSV file, that's our type of the file, and then we create a linked service. This is pointing to our subscription we are going to use here, and then a storage account. In this case is a techbrotherstorage.com, sorry, not com, TechBrother storage. Now we will click right here on the browse, go to input, and select the file what we are going to use, a total sale. And yes, it does have headers. Import schema is fine because we would like to see the schema of this columns. Now let's go here and take a look at source option. We don't have to make any changes here, just leave this as it is. Go to projection, and here you see that all the columns are read as a string data type. That is not really true because ID is integer, and the salesperson first name, last name, and all that, that's a string is fine. And then you have some sold date, that should be date. We can leave this as it is for now, not a big deal, but you can change if you want. Let's say in this case, if IDs are integer, we can go to and change integer. Sold date is date, so we can change to the date as well. So, and then format of that file is date is a month, day, year. So that's good. So we just change few of them if we want to. And now what we are going to do, we are going to use a select. As of now, you see that I have multiple columns here, and I want to put ID, salesperson first name and last name in a salesperson table. So I can click right there, and here I can use a select. Now there are multiple things you can do. You can also have map these column in the sync as well, but I want to show you there are so many other different scenarios where you will be using a select, so I want to show you at least about this transformation. So see right there are total 11 columns coming from source 1, and the select is also shown as 11 columns. As I want to put the data into the sale table, sale person, and now I don't need all those columns, so simply I can go and this is list of the columns here, and I can simply select all those columns here and then delete them, but I don't need. So now I just deleted them. Now I'm left with the ID, salesperson first name and last name. Now simply I can go right there and add the sync to it. So let's click sync, and now we see that we have 11 columns here, and then after select we are left with the only 3 columns, and that we are going to map to the salesperson table. Let's preview the data in the select transformation here. It should show us only the data for 3 columns. As you can see that we have ID 1 2 3, that's integer, and then we have salesperson first name, last name, and that's what data is shown in this select. Now go to sync here, and let's create our data set here, and this is going to be the Azure SQL database. So I will make a connection, and let's go to the new, and here we will be using our subscription, and then we will be using our TechbrothersIT server, and database is TechbrothersIT DB. Now I will be choosing my TB user, that's my user, and then providing the password. Let's test this connection, and then we should be good to go. Test the connection, successful, hit create. Our linked service is created, and now it is asking in which table you would like to put the data. As I am telling you, I would like to load the data to the dbo.SalePerson. That's all good here. We can hit OK, and now what we can do, we can go to the mapping here, and we can see some mapping right here, mapping, and see auto mapping. As our input column names are matching exactly with the destination, so we are fine there. But in case if your columns are different, you can always disable auto mapping, and then see the columns that you need to map. See right there, so ID and here salesperson ID, so they were different names and they were not matching. So I just disable this one, so I can choose what I need. So ID is going to the salesperson ID, salesperson first name is going to salesperson first name, and all that. So now that looks good. Now what we need to do, as remember, we are reading the data from this CSV file, total sale, but we need to put the data into different tables. So one of them is the product, and also the other one is our region. Now we are going to go back here, and here instead of reading the data back from another source, we are going to click right there, and here it is shown as a new branch. So we are reading the data from the same source but making multiple branches. So that's really helpful, because now we can just play with it and put wherever the data we want to put. Now you can create multiple branches. If you want to create another one, you can go right there and click on the first one and create another one. So that's fine, we'll do that later. Now let's go here, and now what I want to do, I want to use select again, and in this select, if you remember there, we have 11 column. In my case, I don't need to have 11 columns. I'm going to delete pretty much everything and just leave a product name table, column. So right there, and right there, and this product name is left. I'm deleting all those columns. Now I am left only with the one column. I can rename if I want, such as if I want to say product name with space or something like that, I can always go ahead and rename the column in this select transformation here, but I'm good here. So it is having only one column. Now this data product, there could be multiple products in this file, so you can see there cell phone, TV, so there are duplicates. I would like to put the distinct product names into the table, so I can use aggregate here, and I'm gonna bring aggregate here, click right there. In the aggregate, it is asking you on which column, so I'm gonna group by product name and then aggregates. So here I can add, let's say if I want to get count of items, and then I can just type a count here, and that will do it. Now I'm getting this, and here I will say product name. So this is just one way to get your list of product names with their total counter. I'm not going to use the total counter, but I'm going to go ahead and use sync here and only use the product name because I grouped by product, so it will be unique. So let's create a new data set here, and we call it Azure SQL. And now what we are going to do, we are going to hit continue and use the same linked service because we are pointing to same database. Here I'm going to go to the product and then hit OK. Now I will go to the mapping here, and then in the mapping I will say auto mapping disable. And now if you see right there, ID is the auto identity, so I don't have to do anything here, and then product name is already matching with the product. If I would like to put a total count of those products or counts, I could have use this column as well in the table. So think about that. I'm not interested in that one, so I just leave this everything as it is. Even you leave this auto mapping here, that's still going to work because the product name is the only one that is mapping with the other column. So that we did two tables now. We are left with one table where we need to load the data to the region. Now I can click right there and see new branch. I can create the new branch again. So when I started, let's say if I create a new branch, till I don't finish or add some more transformation, you don't see that add new branch option here. So now I have added this one. So if I go and write say add branch, it's not showing me till I don't add another transformation here. Now this is again reading from the same source, and now I would like to add that data to the our region. So I'm going to go use select here, and in the select what I'm going to do here, this I need this one for the region. So I'm going to delete the IDs here because I don't need it. Product name, item sold, everything I'm going to just delete it and leave the city, state and all. So see right there, so we are left with this column. As I said that you can always rename your columns if in the destination you need different names, and that's very easy to do that. So we are all good here. And also there is right here, if you need to add mapping, you can add fixed mapping, so you can add new columns and all that. And also there is option to do rule-based mapping. For rule-based mapping, I will create a totally brand new video. What we are doing here, we are calling a fixed mapping. So you can delete if you don't, or you can simply come here and add fixed mapping from here as well. Okay, so for rule-based, as I said, that we will go and do another video, because then we want to create a complete scenario in that. Now in the select here, what we have done, I'm going to call this one select region. So just given proper names, and that will help. So right there, what we need a sync now. So I'm going to bring a sync here. In the sync, I'm going to create a new data set, and let's call it Azure SQL DB. That's where our database is. New link service, select the region. Now this is just fine, so we should be okay here. And now we can go to the mapping and take a look. Here if I just disable, it's getting city, state, country and region, so it's mapping everything correctly because the names are exactly the same thing. And the region ID, if you see right there, we have automatically there because it's a identity column, so we don't have to do anything with that. Okay, now we should be all good here. You can leave this enable, or you can make it disable because it's already mapping according to the names. Now we should be good here, and that's how you're going to use select to get different columns from input and provide different columns to the output. They're very helpful. And now what we can do also, we used here the new branches, so that helps reading one time from the same branch and then splitting across wherever you need it. That's cool. Now it's called the data flow 5. That's what it is. We go to our pipeline here, add new pipeline, and then we are going to drag our data flow 5 here. Let's hit debug, and we should be good to go. And let's go to our table shortly and preview the data there. Our data flow and pipeline has been completed successfully, and now we should be good to go and take a look on first we'll look on the product, and we got distinct products right here. So there's 4 distinct products that was sold. Let's go to region and see what regions we have. So these are all the regions we have, and then we have country and state and city. The region ID was created with the identity column. Now here we have a SalePerson, and let's execute and see. We have SalePerson first name, and this is IDs are coming from the file itself, and these are the names of the SalePerson first name and last name. So this is how you will use a select and new branch in Azure Data Factory to manipulate or work with your input data and then write to the final destinations. What I will do, I will put the file and this definition of tables in the description so you can experiment and learn from it. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe my channel, and I will see you guys in next video.